Hello. So this week Legendary Glasses of the Nerd. Completely changes my look. So when we think of mythology, the first thing that comes to most people's minds is Greek mythology, like gods and goddesses. But what you might not know is that mythology exists in almost every culture and religion in the world. And these stories of supernatural beings, heroes, and ancestors often include fabled objects of immeasurable power that most consider to be myth. Well, we may never know if these objects ever actually did once exist, but what we do know is that the legend of them has lived on for thousands of years to this day. So this week, I gathered the most interesting and legendary ones to share with you all. So here they are, the 10 most fascinating mythological objects of all time. Number 1 is the Aegis. Originating in Greek mythology, the Aegis was first mentioned in the ancient Greek poem The Iliad by Homer. Said to be created by the goddess Athena herself, the Aegis granted its owner protection from any harm while in battle. Interestingly, scholars have never known exactly what the Aegis is, although it's generally believed to be a shield forged from the skin of a giant during the great battle between the Olympians and the Titans. It's also said that the hero Perseus killed the snake-haired Gorgon Medusa, and that her face, capable of turning any man into stone, was affixed to the front of the shield, making it not only a powerful defense, but also a powerful weapon. Very cool object, not so cool name. I mean, it sounds like the name of Hercules' grandmother, Aegis. Come here, Hercules, and give your grandmother Aegis a hug. Number 2 is the Cap of Invisibility. Originating in Greek mythology, the Cap of Invisibility is a cap or helmet that grants its wearer invisibility. Surprising based on its name, I know. Also known as the Cap of Hades, the Helmet of Hades, or the Helmet of Darkness, the cap is said to be one of a few powerful items given from the Cyclopes to the gods to help them defeat the Titans. The Cap of Invisibility also enables its user to become invisible to other supernatural entities, functioning much like the cloud of mist that the gods surround themselves in to become undetectable to mortals. Number 3 is the Book of Thoth. Originating in Egyptian mythology, the Book of Thoth was a book of ancient magic said to be written by Thoth, the Egyptian god of writing and knowledge. The book is said to contain 2 spells. One gives someone the ability to understand the minds of the gods, and the other gives someone the ability to understand animals. The story is that a prince of Egypt named Neferkaptah stole the book, but was punished by Thoth by killing his wife and son. Neferkaptah then committed suicide, where his body was entombed with the book, where his ghost guards it to this day. Interesting fable, but if this book were real, it doesn't really seem worth it to have all that happen to you just to be able to hear what a cow has to say, you know what I'm saying? Number 4 is the Spear of Destiny. Originating in Christian mythology, the Spear of Destiny, also known as the Holy Lance or Holy Spear, is the name given to the lance that pierced the side of Jesus Christ as he hung on the cross. As legend has it, the one who holds this sacred relic is granted the power to control the world. Unlike the other mythological objects on this list, this one's unique in that there are multiple churches across the world all claiming to have the original Spear of Destiny in their possession today. But then again, this wouldn't be the first time that religious institutions argued over something that may or may not have ever existed, so yeah, par for the course, I guess. Number 5 is the Hand of Glory. Well, this one's on the creepy side. Originating in European mythology, the Hand of Glory is a mythological object said to have the power to unlock doors and freeze anybody in their place who's in its presence. It's said to be made of a dried, pickled hand of a murderer who was hanged. A candle made of the fat of a dead criminal was affixed to one of the fingers, and the dead man's hair was used as a wick. The candle is said to give light to only those who hold it and can only be put out by the same person. It's said to be the product of the darkest of black magic, and some nutjob who decided to make a candle out of some dead guy's hand. Yeah, phrase of the day, folks, mental illness. It's a thing. Number 6 is the Chintamani Stone. Originating in Oriental mythology, the Chintamani Stone is said to be a wish-fulfilling jewel that descended from Buddha himself. In Buddhism, this stone is said to be one of 4 relics that came in a chest that fell from the sky in Tibet in 173 AD. Besides its supernatural powers, it's said to represent the values and teachings of the Buddha, making it a revered object of lore. The Western equivalent of this jewel would be the Philosopher's Stone, which is a legendary alchemical substance said to be able to turn base metals like lead into silver and gold. Number 7 is the Skatert Samobranka. Originating in Russian mythology, the Skatert Samobranka was a magical tablecloth, but it's not as lame as it sounds. When unfolded, it would magically produce food, and when folded up again, it would magically clean itself. However, there were rules to using it. The tablecloth was sentient, meaning it had the ability to perceive and feel things, so it had to be cared for and respected. If it wasn't cared for, it would ruin the food that it created, and if it was damaged in any way, it would slowly lose its magical powers. powers. Damn, well if Disney movies have taught me anything, it's that magic fabrics can be very temperamental, and I don't care what this thing offers me, I got more respect for myself than that, honey. Number 8 is the Ring of Gijs. Originating in Greek mythology, the Ring of Gijs is a magical artifact said to grant its owner the power to become invisible at will. The ring was first mentioned by the philosopher Plato in book 2 of his literary work, The Republic. The story is that a shepherd named Gijs entered a tomb in a mountain that was revealed after an earthquake happened. He then discovers a golden ring on a corpse that's much larger than a regular man. Upon taking the ring and putting it on his finger, he discovers that he can become invisible at will simply by adjusting it. The ring then corrupts him, where he goes to the palace, seduces the queen, kills the king, and becomes king himself. Well, if somebody who finds a magical gold ring who goes crazy sounds familiar to you, that's because it happened to me. No, I'm just kidding, that's Lord of the Rings. Number 9 are the 7 League Boots. Originating in European mythology, the 7 League Boots are said to allow the wearer to take strides of 7 leagues or 30 kilometers per step. These boots are the subject of many European fairy tales and are often presented by a magical character to a protagonist to aid them in the completion of an important task. These boots have appeared in over 20 stories in various countries around the world, including Germany, France, Norway, Russia, England, and the United States. And number 10, the Holy Grail. Originating in Christian mythology, the Holy Grail is quite possibly the most well-known mythological object of all time. Although it's well known, scholars differ quite a bit when it comes to the possible origins of the Grail. Some stories say that the Grail was used by Jesus himself to give communion to his followers during the Last Supper before he was killed. Other stories say that the Grail was used by Joseph of Arimathea to catch Jesus' blood after he was pierced by the spear of destiny while on the cross. Regardless of its true origin, one thing remains the same, which is that the Grail is said to grant immeasurable power and immortality to anyone who drinks from it. Well, that and a way to reach the top of the charts, am I right, playa? Anyways, that's all for this video, guys. Keep in mind that this was not an exhaustive list. There are many other really cool mythological objects out there, like Achilles' armor and Excalibur and Pandora's box. So if you want to learn more about any of those, I'll put a link in the description to the Wikipedia article where I found all of these from. And if you want to add me to Facebook and Twitter or check out my second channel, I'll put a link to all of those in the description below, along with all my other social networking links. And I will see you all back here next Saturday with a brand new video. Peace. Psych! No, I'm still here, but I'm gonna go now. Bye! Hello and welcome to the outro screen. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my new video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the big red subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel. I release a new video every Saturday. And while you're at it, maybe click the like button, share this on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want. You hold the power, baby. Much like that golden magical ring. Actually, J.K. Rowling's got a little bit of splaining to do because she kind of took that from the mythological story, but it's all good. Everything's a remix, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like this video. I don't know. Bye.